Peace be to you. Assalamu alaikum. This is Omar Abdul Malik, physician assistant and health educator, aka Dr. O the Health Ed Pro. I wanted to talk to you guys about applying to PA school, in particular as a black applicant. And what made me think about this is a really good guy, Dr. Andre Pineset, who's on YouTube. He's Dr. Andre Pineset, the study doc. If you're trying to apply to med school to become a doctor, please check his channel out. When he started talking about race issues, and I thought some of the things he was saying was significant, so I wanted to kind of talk about my own issues as a black erstwhile professor, a black PA, black American PA, an educator, armed with a doctorate in health education, and somebody who is mentoring black applicants. I will say this, in spite of all of the injustices that are going on around the world against black folks, there's many that are against white folks, but you know, it's more obvious, I think, against us. Hi, hey, how are you? We can't really hide, we can't blend in. Most of us can't. It's the first thing you see about us. Is if you saw me coming down the street, you'd be like, oh, it's a black guy. His skin's brown, but he's black. You're going to really have to bring it as an applicant. And by that, I mean you're going to have to be stellar, because the assumption is often made that if you're coming from an HBCU, that one, you're black, and I can tell you, I've had white students. I taught at 2 HBCUs. I had some white students. So you don't necessarily need to assume that, but that's what people are going to assume. Now, having said that, another assumption might be that you are a less worthy applicant. Maybe the school to which you applied to, and from which you graduated, was not necessarily on par with a white school, predominantly white school. And that's fair. You know, I went to University of the District of Columbia. It was a great school. It was, I got my bachelor's degree there in '94. Paid $430 per semester for full time. And I did my second degree at Howard University as a PA, and then my master's at University of Nebraska, and my doctorate at A.T. Still University. So I went to HBCUs and white universities. But there's an assumption that's made with HBCUs, and that's, you know, if you're a less worthy applicant, meaning you're not ready for graduate level work, even if you made it through undergraduate, even if you made it through undergraduate with a higher than average GPA, you know, maybe you didn't really deserve that GPA. Maybe your classes were not as rigorous. The curriculum was not as robust had you gone to Georgetown University. And that may explain why certain TV stars tried to pay people off to get their daughters into schools like Georgetown University, because those schools are very, very difficult to get into. You know, the predominantly well-established, predominantly white universities. They've been around longer, they're better funded. It's a fact of the matter. There's historical reasons for that, but that's the fact. So you have to decide, is it worth it going to an HBCU, number one? And if you do, understand that even if you have good grades and superior scores on whatever entrance exam it happens to be, you know, you still might be frowned upon. And I experienced this when I went to, when I applied to medical school. One of the the doctors who was interviewing me said, well, you went to this school, UDC, it's not really that competitive, even though you got a, okay GPA, you're here, you made it to the interview process, but, it may be that you're still not ready for medical school level work. And maybe he was right. I didn't get in. I went on to do other things. I'm proud of those accomplishments, thank God. But that's one of the caveats of going to an HBCU. Now, if you're a black applicant, again, you got to bring it. You got to have the scores. And if you go to a white school, predominantly white school, understand that there's going to be this idea that you just got in because of affirmative action. I started my academic for a sojourn back in 1988 at Stony Brook University. And I had a Spanish class. We had this very interesting conversation in class. The teacher brought up the idea of affirmative action. And boy, the white students went off. They're like, it hurts me as a white person, this affirmative action thing, because less qualified black applicants get in. And or even a white woman, a white girl was like, oh yeah, I'm against it. Not understanding that a lot of white women get to take advantage of affirmative action also, because it includes all minorities. Now, there was only one other black guy besides myself in that Spanish class, and there was about 30 students, 20 to 30 students in the class. And I looked around the classroom, so we comprised, and we were the only two black people in the class. And that guy was from Cuba or something. So English was his second language, so he was crushing the Spanish. Morning, how you doing? I said, wow, this really something. They're making these assumptions that, crap. We're somehow, we're less worthy to be here. And I said, if you look around the classroom, we comprise less than 2% of the class. And this is actually the demographic of the university. And at the time, Stony Brook only had less than 3% of their student body. It was a huge school, man. Thousands of students, like 7,000 students. Less than 3% were black people. And that included people from the Caribbeans and various countries in Africa. And even now, schools like University of Maryland, a lot of your good state schools, less than 3% of the student body are black. So the folks are getting all angry. Oh, you minority applicant. Understand that that's going to be part of your existence if you go to a predominantly white university. And you got to be okay with that. You can be angry if you want. And there's a lot of anger in people. Obviously, now you see the protests worldwide. That's the way it is. I don't think it's going to change much. And even, people might, say hi to you and even give you a hug, but they're not going to tell you what they think in their heart. Especially in this PC culture. That's the way it is. So you have to overachieve. And understand also, if you overachieve, a lot of our own people, black folks, gonna give you the blues. You bougie ass, you trying to do this and do that, but you get the white man's education. Ha! I see you got a college degree. Chris Rock talked about this. We got our own civil war. On one hand, we got black people, and on the other hand, we got N-words, and they got to go. You get a master's degree, they're like, you come out of jail, everybody throws a party for you. You come out of school, hey, I got my master's degree. Oh, what, you my master now? You get your doctorate. Oh, I got a doctorate too, I got a PhD. A PhD in play hating. from the University of the Streets. What you know about that? Seriously, I've had brothers put me down. Brothers put me down for that. But no, it's a lonely existence. Nobody's going to reward you for that. You're not going to get accolades if you follow this lonely path of higher academics. Yeah, as a black person, that's just the way it is. I'll do some more videos about this because I'm going to tackle race as a black clinician and academician. So I wish you guys the best of your success in your positive endeavors. Please subscribe if you feel like it. If not, that's cool too. Check me out on Instagram. I'm looking over people's transcripts and personal statements. I'm not charging. Take care. Peace.